Do you ever sit down to get something done and then just freeze? You start scrolling, procrastinate, and maybe even start feeling guilty. Why am I so lazy? Well, what if I told you you are not lazy, only your brain is just overwhelmed? I'm Dr. Zulkifan and I'm a neuroscientist. On this channel, we discuss two most important things. One, the brain, without which you cannot live a successful life. And we also discuss life to understand it better. So if you are new to this channel, I would really appreciate it if you can like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Today I'm going to discuss something really important. So our brains are not wired for non-stop pressure, constant input, and endless choices. Just suppose this is you, and there is so much going on in your life. Your brain has to deal with the work, with relationships, with responsibilities, with society pressures, with social media, with expectations, and you are also worried about finances. And these are just few examples. There are also many more. So you have got too many things going on at the same time. So your brain goes into a survival mode. It's not about laziness. It's about mental overload. So here is what's actually happening. So your prefrontal cortex, which performs very important functions, for example, focus, decision making, and planning. So since there are so many things going on at the same time in your brain, it leads to the cognitive overload in your prefrontal cortex. Of course, the cognitive overload is also associated with the prolonged stress. And because of these two reasons, your prefrontal cortex gets drained. And it leads to the improper functioning of the prefrontal cortex, which leads to the low focus, bad decision-making abilities, impaired impulse control, very bad working memory. So when prefrontal cortex is underperforming, brain shifts control to more primitive brain regions, for example, amygdala and habit-based systems. These systems prioritize short-term comfort and relief. So by default, you switch to those behaviors, for example, short-term pleasures, social media scrolling, watching TV, eating snacks, because they provide immediate gratification. So switching off your brain by default to short-term comfort is not a laziness. That's literally your brain is trying to protect you from burnout. So what can you do? Here are 4 ways to stop this spiral. First step is name it to tame it. Say out loud, I'm not lazy, I'm just overwhelmed. This shifts you from shame to awareness. And awareness is the first step towards your improvement. Second, change the negative self-talk. Make it more positive. Instead of saying, I can't do this or I can't do that, just make it more positive. I'm trying, I'm constantly improving. Positive self-talk can do wonders for you. Third step, break it down. So for example, if you have to clean the house or if you have to write a report, instead of saying, clean the house, just say, put away 5 things. Or instead of saying, write the report, just say, write 2 sentences. Tiny steps leads to less brain resistance. Fourth, and the most important, reset your nervous system. I will also make a separate complete video about how you can reset your nervous system. But the simplest way is breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and then breathe out for 4 seconds. Even 60 seconds of deep breathing calms your stress response and gives your brain a chance to reboot. And in the end, look, your worth is not tied to how productive you are. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is to just give your brain a break. Then come back with clarity and compassion. If this has helped you understand your brain a little better, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear this. You are not lazy. Your brain is just doing its best. See you in the next video.